last Wednesday. The State Deputy Governor, Professor Placid Njoku, is chairing a committee that will come up with a template for the resumption of schools. The Lagos State Police Command has ordered the detention and orderly room trial of Inspector Adadu Innocent for brutalizing a photojournalist, Olukayode Jeyola. Adadu, who is attached to PMF 22 Ikeja, hit Jeyola's head with a baton while covering an October 1 protest at the Maryland area of Lagos State. Jeyola, who was taken to the police clinic in Ikeja where his injured head was stitched, also had his camera seized by police officers at the scene of the incident. The Lagos State Police Command in a statement said its investigation showed that the police officer suddenly attacked the journalist without any previous confrontation. The Lagos Commissioner of Police, Hakeem Odumosu, cut off his movement to stay throughout the journalist's treatment and subsequent discharge. The CP urged the general public to believe in the command's commitment to sanitizing and reforming the policing system in conformity with the international standards. Over 2,500 workers in Cross River State whose names were delisted from the payroll have been assured by Governor Ben Ayade that they will be reabsorbed. The workers whose names were removed from the payroll in September last year protested throughout last week until the governor ordered verification to ascertain their employment status before they could be reabsorbed. Addressing the workers at the UJ Eswene Stadium Calabar venue of the screening, the governor said despite the state's dire financial situation, his administration had recruited thousands of workers into the civil service since assuming office in 2015. Governor Ayade told the workers that their employment was without his knowledge, as the Civil Service Commission did the employment without recourse to him. He said an erroneous impression was being created that his government sacked the workers when in fact it had employed a lot of workers after lifting an 18-year-old embargo on employment. This is news on Sapientia Radio 95.3 FM Onitsha. The news continues after this timeout. Please stay on the dial.
This is 95.3 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Radio Sapientia 95.3 FM.
Sapientia News at noon. My name is Mark Davies, and now we bring to you the remaining stories. The Ekiti State Police Command has raised the alarm over alleged plans by some bandits to invade the state and wreak havoc on innocent citizens. The command said reliable intelligence report at its disposal confirmed that the bandits will pose as law-abiding citizens before settling down and start launching attacks on their host communities. The Police Commissioner Ekiti Command, Mr. Babatunde Mobayo, in a statement in Ado Ekiti, urged the citizens to beware of whom they harbor as strangers. He stated that the armed hoodlums had concluded plans to start entering the state in batches and continue to hatch their evil plans against the residents of the state. In view of this, the Commissioner of Police Ekiti State Command implores all and sundry to be security conscious, extremely vigilant, and report to the police immediately any suspected person or group of persons arriving, residing, or found roaming their environs. The Commissioner also implores all landowners, landlords, and agents to be conscious of and know the identities of those they accommodate, let, or sell their properties to, in order to avoid harboring criminals who may in turn threaten the peace of the society. The Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced 153 new infections in the country as of yesterday. Since the beginning of the outbreak in February in Nigeria, more than 509,555 samples have been tested by the agency. According to the data released by the NCDC, Lagos led with According to the data released by the NCDC, Lagos led with 81 cases of the virus infections, while Rivers recorded 21 cases and the FCT 11 cases. Other states with new cases: Ogun State 8, Kaduna 7, Oyo 6, Akwa Ibom 5, Osun 3, Katsina 3, Edo 2, Ebonyi 2, Nasarawa 2, Plateau 1, and Kano 1. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization says the record floods in Sudan have affected nearly 1/3 of cultivated land and close to 600,000 households. Over 1 million tons of grain have been destroyed, particularly sorghum, which is a staple crop, and many families are having to cut down to one small meal a day. The floods have killed over 100 people. Incomes have been affected too, as commercial crops including bananas and mangoes have also been badly hit. The Food and Agriculture Organization says that the locust storms, which have devastated crops in the Horn of Africa, also still threaten the country. President Donald Trump has announced that he and the First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for coronavirus. Trump was last seen in public yesterday afternoon, returning to the White House after a fundraising trip to New Jersey. He did not appear ill, though he did not speak to reporters as he walked into his residence. In a memo issued to reporters, the president's physician, Navy Commander Dr. Sean Conley, wrote he received confirmation of the positive test yesterday evening. He said the president and First Lady are both stable and they plan to remain at home within the White House during their recovery. After announcing the president's diagnosis, the White House issued a new schedule to reflect several cancelled events, including a fundraiser in Washington and a campaign rally in Florida. As of 1st October, more than 7 million cases have been confirmed in the US. There have been more than 205,000 deaths. And now, to end Sapientia News at noon, we bring to you a recap of some of the major headlines. The Imo State government has announced that schools in the state would reopen for academic activities on Monday, the 5th of October. We also told you that the federal government has announced that all unity schools in Nigeria will resume with effect from the 12th of October. The Ekiti State Police Command has raised an alarm over alleged plans by some bandits to invade the state and wreak havoc on innocent citizens. We told you that the Lagos State Police Command has ordered the detention and early room trial of Inspector Adadu Innocent for brutalizing a photojournalist Olukayode Jeyola. And from the foreign scene, we said President Donald Trump has announced that he and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for coronavirus. The first couple are now in quarantine. And that is the end of Sapientia News at noon. I got technical assistance from Jovia Uchena. My name is Mark Davis. Good afternoon and have a great weekend ahead.